Right now I think we have a wealth of information through the internet and various publications, and I think it's quite confusing for the general public.
We live in a world where platforms have been democratised and people who are famous for any sorts of reasons have huge audiences that they are listened to.
I write about food science, and that's one sort of touch point where many people interact with science, and they want good quality information. There's a real hunger for it, but there's an awful lot of terrible information out there.
I'm a pharmacist.
Research scientist.
I am a chef, and I'm also a food science writer.
Research and Development Manager for the Isle of Man Government, and I'm also an infectious diseases researcher.
I am an adult teacher and a youth worker. I ask for evidence at work, in which I'm a teacher. Obviously everything I teach has to be factual. A lot of the stuff I teach is politics and citizenship. I have a lot of people come to me who perhaps don't understand the statistics to do around big issues that are going on in the world, and so I try to support that with evidence as much as possible.
I use evidence in my everyday life in terms of my job, when I am writing policies or writing governance around supporting applications from research applicants. I also use it during my PhD and my research work in infectious diseases, and looking at decisions that I'm making just as a human being.
In my professional life as a scientist, it's very important that we don't make any assumptions, and everything we do is evidence-based, and that underpins the gold standard of science. But then in my personal life, I just think it affects every decision you make, from small ones to big ones.
When articles are published or trials are published, they are reviewed by other researchers before they're published, just to ensure that the quality of the study and the conclusions being made are true to the subject and are accurate.
When someone wants to publish a piece of research, that's reviewed by a group of people who have equivalent qualifications in order to make sure that that's been carried out properly, and that the methodology is good, and that it's something that people can trust.
It gives you a sense of confidence that any evidence that you're reviewing or any research that you're reading is actually been looked at by other people, and you're not just getting one person's opinion or one person's view on any claims that are being made.
Peer-reviewed evidence represents the highest quality, or some of the highest quality evidence, which means decisions being made are based on the best information we have, which means that the application of evidence is the highest quality.
The benefit of peer-reviewed evidence is, if it's done properly, it's a way that can't be cheated, it's a way that is factual, and from that people can draw their own conclusions rather than being told what those conclusions are by, say, politicians or celebrities.
Looking for peer-reviewed evidence is one sort of signpost for finding good quality information and helping people navigate what can be a complete minefield of food and diet and health.
Giving a good understanding of peer-reviewed evidence and using peer-reviewed evidence will help people stay informed and make the best decisions for themselves.